Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everybody. Guess who's
Yeah.
back? Back again to warm it up, though. Welcome to another awesome episode of the Birds of Broad Street. Here's an update, guys. Next week we'll be on 7 o'clock. That's our new time. So please stick around, stick with us, stick with your boy, Mizzy Miz, Cool Cat Connor YouTube representing the Birds. Stick to my boy, Trigger, one half of Birds of the Line, OTR, one Trigger Trey Rock.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Yep, he's a working man, just like me, since I'm at work myself. So we're pushing it back to 7 o'clock so he can head to the man cave along with my brother from another mother, one half, well, the man of 1,000 shows, Bird Gang Nation Sports Media, Bird Gang 31.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you boys doing tonight? Let's get on it. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Guess who's back? Back again to warm it up, though. Billy Notion, welcome back, gang.
Yeah! Warm it up, though. Hey, look, you know what time it is. You know who you rockin' with. Hey, it's your boy Philly Notion. Y'all already know. We them birds. Hey, go ahead, boys. I'm sorry, I don't even know what episode I'm on. It's been a minute, gang. Y'all already know. Y'all gotta excuse me. Look, last week had a whole battle with allergies. Not feeling hot, but got some relaxation in. Now I'm feeling extra right. Again, we got some off-season stuff to talk about. But
Yes, we
again,
do.
y'all already know what it is. Let's go check the 4K on these people because they must have forgot what time it is. Hey, hold on. Lambo, check that ring. Check. Y'all know we all the way in there, gang. If y'all new to this ride or my brother's challenge, y'all already know what to do. Go on. Hit that subscribe. Because y'all already know how we rocking with it. Hey, what's up with this off-season business, fellas? Y'all know what? Hey, let's dive into it because, again, I feel optimistic. I don't know how y'all feeling, but I'm big chilling. Off-season time, y'all know the vibes. Let's get it.
Yeah, we got lots to talk about this off season. We're going to start it off with last night's game. And like I said, 7 o'clock next Monday, starting next Monday, we might do a call-in show. So if you're a member of Notion Gang and you want to hang out with Notion Gang, next week, the call-in, 7 o'clock, will send you guys the link. But here's the thing, Notion. I asked the fellas, and I want to hear from you. Because we'll talk about yesterday's game and what it means for the Birds. But from you, what is the standard of your Philadelphia Eagles 22?
What is the standard for next? Like, I'm trying to get the.
What's the question?
What's the standard? Like, what do you want to see from 2022?
2022?
Yeah.
Hey, hold on 1 second, bro. I'm hearing like an echo. Like, are y'all hearing an echo or is it just me?
My check.
My check 1, 2 on 2.
Mic
You
check.
with the gang waiting, know what you gonna do.
All right, cool. All right, anyway, so what are my expectations pretty much for this team? Is that what you're asking me?
Yep.
I mean, look, right now I feel very encouraged by what we saw this year. So, I mean, I feel real good. This team can only go up. We own 3 first-round draft picks. So, and we got a lot of money to work with in free agency. This team can only get better. So, and look, having a top 50, the number 15 pick, I think we also got 16. Then we got 19. Those are luxury picks. So, yes, best player available needs to be the direction. This team can only improve unless we intentionally try to blow it up. But I think Howie's at least been learning along the way. So I'm encouraged by this team. Look, my expectations come next year will be to be better than we are this year. So, yes, I'm looking at double-digit type win next season because this is the floor right now. If this team doesn't get better, it's a problem and people need to get checked. But at the same time, I believe that this team is at least going to do better than what we did this year because we all know we let some games slip. We shouldn't have lost to the Giants. We shouldn't have just laid down the Dallas the last game. I mean, we could have snuck a couple games in there also. So I think this was the floor. I'm ready to see how we bounce back next year, and I see at least a 10-win season come next year.
Exactly. So let's talk about the updates, the rumors. But let's talk about this game and what does that mean for the Philadelphia Eagles, man? Listen, Championship Sunday. Wow. Salute to the NFL, man. Salute to the NFL.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Salute to
sir.
the Bengals for winning. Salute to the Rams for winning. Man, now what does that all mean for the Philadelphia Eagles for me? And I'll ask you guys the same thing. Like Nosha said, y'all got a lot of work to do. And I said this in my video earlier. Jalen Hurts got some work to do. Nick Sirianni got some work to do. If Jonathan Gannon stays, he got some work to do. Howie Roseman got some. All four of you, this whole organization got some work to do. The Bengals went from 4-10 to they in the Super Bowl. The Rams, man, they went all in this season. So, like I said in my video, Howie, you cannot screw this up.
Thanks.
You cannot screw this up. You can't. You cannot. If you're coming back, which I know you is, because Jeffrey Lurie loves you. If you're coming back, you cannot screw this up. Jonathan Gannon, better defense. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. I shouldn't, but as Trey says, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Better defense, better sacks, better interceptions. Please, Nick Sirianni, best season ever from you. Best season. Be better than that. Be better than that. And Jalen Hurts, if you're the quarterback that I believe you are, and Bird 31 believe that you are, because I gave you the nickname of Jalen Freaking Hurts. I blessed Bird 31 with that nickname, by the way.
Yes,
he used it
sir.
all the time on his videos, too. If you are the quarterback, yeah, I know. If you are the quarterback that both of us believe you are, you need to step up, too. Accuracy, fix it. Reading the defense, fix it. Pocket awareness, fix it. Devontae Smith needs to have 1,000 yards receiving. Quez Watkins needs to have 1,000-yard receiving. Goddard needs to have some receiving. Get Rager that bleep out. I won't even talk about him. Jalen Hurts has to be the number one quarterback in the NFC East. You got to surpass that. Simple.
But then again, real quick, Cool Cat, because I know you saying he got to be the number one and all of that also. But really, look at his weapons he has.
Yeah.
He really doesn't have the whole toolbox, of weapons really with him. I mean, the only reliable targets he had this year was Devontae Smith and Quez Watkins.
And
everybody else, where was they at? I'm sorry. I mean, Dallas Goedert, look, I understand he's coming along also, but look, we found some problems that this team has. Wide receivers definitely one of them. So, we'll
get to that notion. We'll get to that.
I just wanted to let you know again. Hey, look, a lot of pressure was riding on Jalen, so I already know, man. But he ain't have all his tool pieces in his set yet. So we gotta give her some kind of a slight.
You got a wrench here. You got a top here, a nut here, a bolt here, a screwdriver there. You know what I'm saying? You got the full tool set that you can go do any job with.
Exactly. So. Yep. So if Jalen Hurts is the quarterback that we all believe we want him to be, you guys step it up too. The moral of the story is, and I'm gonna pass to you guys. The moral of the story is Philadelphia Eagles, point blank, period. Get the wrench, get the hammer, get the nails, do whatever you gotta do this offseason. You're not over the cap like some teams. You got 3 first-round picks. I better see, because woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda when I say this. Could have beaten the 49ers. Could have beaten the Buccaneers, Chargers, Giants. 13-4. Close to a number 1 seed. Something to think about. So, Notion Gang, after watching Championship Sunday, what does this mean for the Birds?
Well, first thing I noticed, and I even hear what you're saying also, and I'm not even trying to slight my team none, but even if we were 13, and 4, whatever that record is, listen, we weren't ready for the playoffs this year.
Not really,
clearly. Yeah. I don't care, honestly, who we would have played. We didn't come in the playoffs physical enough based off of what I saw. So That's one of the things. Hopefully, this was a real good check to this team. Again, we got the capabilities to make the playoffs and to possibly do something once we get some real talent up in here. But hey, from what I learned watching these teams, you got the Rams coming out. I mean, they just got done playing a physical game with the Niners. Those teams are physical. The Bengals just got done, going toe-to-toe with the Chiefs. Oh, yeah, you're going to see a physical Super Bowl, and one of the things I saw from the Eagles, we ain't unfortunately physical enough to compete with all of that. Not this year. But come next year, again, as long as we build the pieces, start plugging in, we got to build up this defense. I'm going to tell you right now, we got some aging D-line players that, underproduced in my opinion this year. Our linebackers, we already know the business there, but I already know our GM, we ain't getting no linebacker in the first round. I'm not believing that. But at the same time, look, we got safeties. Safeties are priority now. We got both our safeties about to possibly, become free agents and get out of here. So we got a lot of different holes we got to fill on this team. And as long as we shore that up, yeah, I think that we can come back next year, at least make some noise in the division. Hopefully we get some kind of toughness, and we come into the playoffs more tough than we did this year. So, again, this was just the bar being set for this team. As soon as we get some true talent up in here, which, again, we got some pieces, but it ain't enough. That's one of the things I learned this year from this team. So, hey, salute the Super Bowl teams going out this year, but it's going to be a physical Super Bowl. I could bet on that.
Yep, Trey. What did you see from this championship game, and what are your
First of all, I just want to give a big shout out to Matthew Stafford and Joe Burrow, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man. Joe Burrow, coming off an ACL tear last year, lit the league up this year. Matthew Stafford coming from one of the worst organizations in the NFL. First year, take his team to the Super Bowl, bro. That's how it's like building teams matter. The Cincinnati Bengals been trash for so many years. All it took was a few players to turn that team around. And that's what we be screaming to Howie Roseman about, bro. Don't try to take the off the wall. Just take the safe pick. Yep. I mean, Jamar Chase is a safe pick. Joe Burrow is a safe pick. Take the safe pick. Not going to some D3 college and think you're gonna get some talent up out of there. Like, bro, just take the safe pick. That's all. I mean, it's not too many people you can name on that Cincinnati Bengals defense. I probably can name about 3 of them. Jesse Bates and a few other people. But other than that, they just got football players on their team. They got dudes that's going to.
They got dogs, Trey. They got dogs.
They got dogs, bro. They don't got big names. They got dogs. I mean, you can win football games without all the big names in the world. Like, you look at both sides of the coin. Cincinnati Bengals defense is just a bunch of tough players that love playing football. On the other hand, the Los Angeles Rams, they got a million big names on that team. You could get it either way. So, I mean, listen, I don't feel like we too far away though. Like how people looking at it, like, oh, because in all honesty, this playoff run, this is one of the best playoff runs I ever seen. Like, teams just going blow for blow, toe-to-toe, close games, stuff like that. Ending last-second wins, stuff like that. This was some of the best football I've seen played in years in the playoffs. So, I mean, this more like an outlier than anything. So, I don't think we too far. We add some dogs, add a couple players. I mean, we going to be back competing with any team in the NFL. It's not that – I mean, it's not that – I don't feel like we that far, to be honest. So, I mean, whichever way we go, I just want us to bring some football players in. That's all I really care about.
Exactly. Bergang.
Yeah, man, these guys have said it, like you said, man, some great football yesterday. Some talented players, like you said, both spectrums, Go buy your football team, kind of like the Bucs did last year, kind of like the Rams did this year, or you build your football teams like the Bengals did, and the Niners too for that most. Watching the Niners even make it this far even showed me that you don't need an elite quarterback. Look at all the elite quarterbacks. Your best quarterbacks in the league are sitting at home right now. You know what I'm saying? All your top 5, they're all watching the Super Bowl this year. They're not in there. So it's like it takes a little bit of pressure off expecting Jalen to be the best quarterback in the league, and just hope that he can continue to be a playmaker that gets a little better passing the ball. That's all you really need to get, far into the playoffs. You build a team around this guy, what I'm saying? I'm more of like, we can kind of do both. We already have some young, talented players that are developing over the years. It's been getting better. let's go out and get some dogs, some real dogs that already got a name for themselves and add to this young roster. We're one of the youngest rosters in the league. And, it's not at certain positions I see, we can add some veteran pieces there, some proven players there that can definitely take us to that next level. Like you said, we could have been 13-4 this year. I feel like if we were to win those games, maybe we would have made it to the second round. But like overall team was not, we weren't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? We weren't ready to be in there. We weren't ready to be dancing with those type of cats. So, let's go out there. I feel like Howie really can't mess this up. There's too much talent. We got money, so there's too much talent in free agency. There's too much talent in the draft, especially those first 2 rounds to really mess this up. Like for us not to be a better team next year, it'd just be all on Howie on that standpoint. Or Jalen Hurts just not, degressing instead of increasing his play.
Exactly.
I got a question on that, brothers, because I hear what you're saying also about we need dogs in the team, and we do need some dogs.
Yes, we do.
I mean, honestly, the last serious dog I thought we had on this team, Malcolm Jenkins, I think he ended up leaving. Actually, I think he might be a free agent this year. I wouldn't even mind. Hey, listen, I don't know how it's going to work out yet, where he's going to be commanding, but Malcolm Jenkins was the last dog I think we had up in here, and Howard Roseman ran him off. So, again, a lot of this kind of culture build on how, with how he looks for in his players culture-wise. But do you think we can find these dogs in the draft? Or do you think we need to find these dogs in free agency? Because, I mean, I don't even honestly know. I still got to go more in depth with this draft class. But, I mean, is there really some dogs that you would say is coming out of this draft, that's pretty much ready for this kind of stage? I mean, Jamar Chase came out. Apparently, he's ready. I mean, Joe Burrow, it took him a little bit of time. But are there any dogs like that coming out this draft that y'all see, or should we be hitting somewhere in free agency, trying to build and plug players? Because as we can see, the Rams did it too. So I don't know. We got different directions we can go with it, guys. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know of any complete dogs, generational talent. There might be a few in this coming draft.
The defensive side of the ball, I feel like the defense got some dogs for sure. We can add to this defense and make it a lot better
through the draft.
But in a draft.
Okay.
But I feel like even then you can go both ways to the draft too. If you don't get that, stud safety that you're looking for, there's definitely some nice safeties coming out in free agency. So on defense, I want them to use both. Use the draft and free agency to build that defense. On offense, I don't feel like we're that far away on offense. I feel like that's the most complete part of our team right now because there was a lot of young bucks. The only position I really feel down on is the receiver position, And like you said, I want that to be free agency. Obviously, I do love my guy in USC, Drake London. I think that would be a great guy to pick up, and add to the receiver squad. But I really want some veterans, some guys that's already had 1,000-yard seasons back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? Some guys that's been there already. What up, Nina? There's some guys that already been there already. That you don't have to worry about, is this guy going to develop? Like, we're still worried, is Quez Watkins going to develop into that guy that we want him to be? We see flashes, but is he going to get there? Rager, Ward, all these developmental pieces at the receiver spot. We need some true dog receivers that going to get the ball no matter you throw it in their facility, and they're going to get up there and go get it. So, I really feel like free agency is that spot that we can really find some nice gems, to add to this talented young group of guys. Our offensive line said, for the most part, we might can add a lineman here or there just for depth purposes. But other than that, offensive line set, running back, we can use upgrade there. But we can do that in free agency as well, So I really think free agency is more for offense, get a couple of nice weapons to add, give Jalen Hurts. And I think we're pretty much set there on the offensive side. But defense, that's where you need kind of the overhaul. You need to get some draft picks in there. You need to get some free agents in there. You really need to build yourself a solid defense there.
I know a dog that's a free agent right now that we need to go get. Go get Chandler Jones. Dog.
Facts.
He's been putting up 10 sacks his whole goddamn season. His whole career.
Yeah.
Bring him in to pair with our front. We got Nakobe Dean coming out. We got the dude from Alabama coming out. They dogs. Let's start hitting these teams up. Them SEC teams. Them dudes that's already ready. They already established. They already prepared. Let's start getting some of these dudes. Hit Penn State up. They got some linebackers over there. Bro, there's dogs in this draft. There's a lot of dogs. Safeties. Smoke Monday. There's a lot of dogs in this draft. We just gotta hit on them, man. And we got the picks. We got the picks. We got the resources.
That's the most realest thing you said, because again, it's like we gotta trust that Howie Roseman is gonna hit on this stuff. Like you said, I know that like Kyle Hamilton, the safety, like there's a lot of top defensive talent, but what direction, is how we gonna decide to go with this? Like I'm hearing drafts of us drafting. What's that guy? That D end of Karlofskis, or what's his name?
From Purdue.
I think he is from Purdue. Mm-hmm. I think he's an edge rusher. Like I think that'd be a reach. I mean, there's different players that possibly some late old lineman picks. I don't know what Howie's gonna do in this draft room. But one thing, there definitely needs to be a focus in the offseason. We need to be boosting up our personnel scouting department, doing something. Because, yes, I agree, Trey. Hey, look, on the top tier, there's some dogs out there, but are they going to slip to where we going to be at? And it's how we going to make the right pick in that move. So, hey, we just got to cross our fingers. But I don't know. I think we got to kind of hit the draft and free agency. I'm kind of with you on that, Bergen.
I agree. We gotta definitely dip and dab in both of them, man. Yeah. It's not gonna be easy either, but I feel like it's dogs on this team, on this roster already. It's just we just need to add to it. We gotta add to it. We gotta bring some more linebackers in. We gotta probably replace Rodney McLeod. I'll resign Anthony Harris.
Jabril Peppers.
Yeah, I don't know about Jabril Peppers. He get injured too much. But for that third cornerback spot, that second cornerback spot, I'm letting McPherson and the other dude battle it out. Y'all gonna rumble for this because you don't need 3 dog cornerbacks. You don't need 3 dog cornerbacks. You just need somebody solid over there on the other side that's gonna hold their side down. So I mean, I don't feel like we should spend a whole lot of money in free agency because that sometimes that doesn't work. Like the Rams are the outlier, and it took them 2 years.
Tampa did it too last year.
But Tampa really drafted all those guys though. It's different. Tampa drafted. They drafted Levante Davis, Devin White, all them dudes. They drafted all of them. Only one they really bought over was JPP. I think
Sue.
They drafted Vita Vea and they brought Sue over there. And they already had dogs on their team already.
AB.
I mean, but
Leonard Fournette.
Them right there, those little junks. They wasn't just spending money in free agency all heavy. They drafted most of their talent. Mike Evans been there since his whole career. So, I mean, it's too many ways you could slice it, bro. And it's just like I hope they get it right this offseason.
Yeah, for me, it's like this. 2017, you drafted Derek Barnett. You drafted, what's up, CG Ruthless Sports, man. Great game, man. Great game.
Salute to your Niners. Yeah.
Great game. For me, it's like this. Before we move on to our next topic, it's like this. 2017, Howie Roseman drafted a couple of pieces, and he got some pieces in free agency. That should be the outlier right there. Do that. You got free agency, draft a couple of spend some money on a couple of wide receivers, and get rid of Jalen Reagor and JJ Arcega-Whiteside. I don't want to talk about them. I'll get to the wide receivers in a few minutes. Draft some dogs in the defense, man. Simple as that. You gotta draft some dogs in the defense. It gotta be a defense draft, not quarterback. And I'm gonna get to that too because I'm getting sick and tired of people saying get rid of Jalen Hurts when there's no other options. I'm done talking about that. What you think you're gonna get Jimmy G? You think you're gonna get the Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson, the guy no trade clause? You think you're going to get Aaron Rodgers, who probably want to go to the Denver Broncos? You think there's somebody in this draft? You think Gardner Minshew going to save you when you're going to boo him too if he makes one mistake? No, this should be, you're not a quarterback away. Get focused on defense, Howie. Yes, Joe Burrow is a beast. Matthew Stafford is the real deal. Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, don't get me started. Tom Brady, will get them too. He's the GOAT. You're not a quarterback away. Maybe in 2023, we'll see. But you're not a quarterback away. Build your team first. Focus on your quarterback 2023. Simple as that. This should be defensive draft, offensive wide receiver, free agency. And that's just me. Because we're not a quarterback away. Maybe 2023, Jalen Hurts got to step up. You know that Bird Game's Jalen Hurts got to step up.
Oh yeah.
Jalen Hurts got to step up, so we don't have to talk about quarterback.
Like you know what I'm saying, like even for me, I think kind of like how you guys feel like we're not that far away. I don't feel like Jalen's that far away. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of the ways you can make it seem like he actually didn't have that bad of a season. You know, he was Toyota Player of the Year. You know, alternate Pro Bowl selection. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he had almost 3,200 yards, 16 touchdowns, almost another 1,000, like 800 yards rushing, another 10 touchdowns. Like, if he just need to fine tune his game.
Yes, he do.
Just fine tune it and give him the weapons that you see these other elite quarterbacks have. You know, give him some better weapons, man. You give him a better defense, better weapons, he's gonna have more wins for you.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Like, even if you're the same Jalen Hurts from this year and gave us a better defense and some more targets, I promise you we'll have more wins.
Exactly. And speaking of wide receiver, let's get to our first update. There are reports, maybe they're true, maybe they're not. There are reports that we could get wide receiver DJ Clark. And there's also reports, Calvin Ridley liked this tweet right here that says Calvin Ridley, Bama offense, eye emoji, with Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith, my guy, better than Tua in Miami. Calvin Ridley liked it and then unliked it, this tweet. So I'm going to ask you guys, who should we pick up in free agency? Who should be the guy that we eye in free agency? Notion?
I mean, definitely both of those names. I mean, if I had to choose between the both of them, of course, I'm going to probably go with Ridley. But at the same time, I mean, that needs to be a priority. We need a veteran wide receiver up in here also. So, honestly, the more competition we got, because, again, look, anybody not named either Devontae Smith or Quez Watkins in this offense, your job ain't safe as a wide receiver. You evidently ain't do enough this year to solidify that third role. Everybody else is suspect. So, pretty much, look, I'm picking up some kind of a veteran wide receiver. Again, I'm even looking in the draft for a wide receiver. We're going to bring some bodies in here to try to compete and better this team. Because, again, we don't have no true weapons beyond the 1 and 2 at wide receiver. So,
yeah,
I look there definitely for I guess, and this is, I'm over here reading this chat real quick. Go and put it on, what is it, talking about Philly Notion talking to a broke walkie-talkie. From Desert Storm. But first of all, my mic, look, I got to figure out what's going on with this mic cord I got, so I got to get that fixed. So I'm rocking the headphones today. My man up here clowning in the chat, but salute you for being up in here, bro. Anyways, look, I'm going to tell y'all like this. We need to dibble and dabble into both because, again, look, wide receiver is a problem on this team, and if you didn't get that from this year, when you got receivers putting up only 36 yards, oh, that's alarming. And you mean to tell me we got what I think our next best receiver? I don't even know who was that. Who was our next best receiver? Was it no? It was Dallas Goedert, I think.
Yeah, Dallas Goedert.
That's the top 3 right there. So every other wide receiver, again, ain't nobody safe. I say dibble and dabble them both. Get a veteran, give me Calvin Ridley, and we can tag up some Drake London or something like that in the draft if he falls to us. So I'm open for it all. Best player available.
Trey?
If it's me, I'm going to go get Mike Williams. Bro, you know how dangerous bringing a Mike Williams to this team is because now you can't game plan. You can't really game plan for a Goddard, Devontae Smith because Mike Williams, he's a one-on-one destroyer. You're going to have to double team this dude. So now they're open up for Devontae Smith to go off, Goddard to go off, a Quez Watkins to go off. Because, I mean, in all reality, I don't feel like no corner can really cover Mike Williams one-on-one. The only thing that scares me about him is he does have a little injury history. But, I mean, other than that, I'm going to go get him. I'm not going to go spend all this money on no DK Metcalf. I'm not. Who else? I'm not gonna spend all this money
Debo?
on no Michael Thomas. I'm not spending all this money on none of these dudes. These
Now
dudes
you're
right
right.
here, free agents. You can
Devontae Adams.
now if it's Devontae Adams, that's a little bit different. I'm giving up. I'm
All
giving
right.
up one of them number ones for Devontae Adams for real. I'm giving you whatever you want.
You can have whatever
Big
you
Dad.
like.
All
They
right.
they can finesse the number one for Devontae for sure.
Yeah. I'm giving up. We're gonna have two. Shit. I'll take the 2 picks. But other than that, bro, it's like there's a lot of dudes out there. It's like Allen Robinson out there. I mean, like I said, Calvin Ridley, but I'm not really a big Calvin Ridley fan. I wouldn't mind having him on the team, but I'm not really a big Calvin Ridley fan. He more finesse than anything. So you bringing in 2 Devontae Smiths for real.
Yeah.
So I mean, we need a big physical receiver, man. A big dude that can win those 50-50 balls and stuff like that. I mean, get open in coverage, catch them passes down the field. Other than that, man, it's like going in the draft, that's cool, but now you gotta develop another wide receiver.
Exactly.
So now you got what, 3 wide receivers you gotta develop. So I mean, we need a veteran. We still could go into the draft and bring somebody in, but we need a veteran presence on this team on that offense. And if it's me, I'm grabbing Mike Williams.
Yep. Per game.
Yeah, man, he said it, man. We definitely, and I'm even going both places. I'll go draft and free agency for the receiver position. Because you guys give credit, like I said, we only got one legit receiver, and he's not even 100% legit yet. You know what I'm saying? Devontae Smith had a nice year. He's a good receiver, but he's not considered the world beater, the best receiver in football right now. You know what I'm saying? Like we obviously know he got a lot of things to work on too, as well, and he's going to get better as the season goes along. He was only a rookie, but he definitely had a good rookie year. I'll go out there and get, like I said, either I'm going really high, I'm sitting in the house, backing up the branch truck for Devontae Adams, bringing him to the squad. You know what I'm saying? ASAP. You know what I'm saying? We can get him. Yeah, like you said, first round pick, whatever contract you want, sign and plug and play Devontae Adams. That'll be your best bet for the Philadelphia Eagles next year in that receiving corps. And that's a way if you want to try to keep the Quez Watkins, the Rager's, like you talk about, these other guys that have them develop underneath the guy like Devontae Adams. But he covers the big, he covers being an elite receiver, he covers being the big body receiver, and he covers the go-to receiver. So that's all in one little stab there that you can just plug and play him, and then Devontae will be open a lot more. So he'll have better seasons, and then you can just mix in Quez and Reagor as you need to. Now, if you're not going to go break the bank for a guy like, Devontae Adams, I think you need to do kind of like the double dopes, where you're going to go get 2 mid-tier receivers, maybe not the superstar guys looking at, like I see in the chat here, like go get you a Cordell Patterson that can run, take some snaps at the running back position. So you're upgrading 2 different positions while getting you a guy like Juju Smith Jr., Schuster. You know what I'm saying? Like a guy like Juju. I like Juju from USC. I like Juju. And I think he's just in the crowded receiver room over there in Pittsburgh. So you bring a guy like that in, then you bring a guy like, Cordell Patterson in, and then go draft a guy like Drake London. So now you got 3 new additions to add to your arsenal with a guy like, Devontae Smith, and the sky will be the limit then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think you need a double dip, and then if you can, like, I don't see them really drafting the first round receiver, and that's really the only receivers I would really go after, guys like Burke or Drake London or Olivier, is that his name, or Wilson or Williams from Alabama. Those are like really the top 5 receivers that I would try to add to my team. I'm not really looking for no 3rd and 4th round receiver to come and compete. Like, we already got those guys on the team right now. You know what I'm saying? We need to stop with this competing thing and get some legit bona fide guys. That's why I say I'd be more happy to get 2 mid-tier guys. Allen Robinson and Christian Kirk, Patterson, Juju Smith-Schuster. And I'm not even opposed to go get OBJ. You know what I'm saying? OBJ's a free agent. He's having a hell of a freaking playoff right now.
I'll take Odell.
I'll take OBJ on the platter right now.
I'll take Odell.
Get him on the squad ASAP. And then he already knows how to light up the Cowgirls, and he already knows how to light up the Giants, and he already knows how to light up the Washington football team. So that'd be a good piece to add.
You mean Washington Commanders? They're going to be their new name.
Yeah, if that's their name, whatever. I'm still calling them.
It'll be the Washington Commanders.
Until they figure it out. But, you know what I'm saying? So you get 2 and get a young guy in the draft, and then you just roll from there. you know, or like I said, you go get that number one guy, or if you could trade for a guy like, you know, I would trade for a Deebo Samuels. I know he wasn't happy over there in San Francisco after their loss. So if Deebo wanted to go somewhere, I'll go drop you.
Man, they're not letting Deebo go.
I'll go drop you a
Crazy.
first round
Yeah,
draft pick.
Deebo ain't going
The only way you're gonna get Deebo is if you call Ice Cube. That's the only way you're getting Deebo. That's the only way you're getting Deebo.
Deebo literally was that whole offense like this year.
He was. He's a beast, man. We really.
I'm gonna be shocked. I don't think
we got like a poor man's Deebo, and that'd be like going to get Cordell Patterson. He's a poor man's Deebo. Yeah.
Sure, I know what you're saying.
No, I was just saying I don't think Green Bay's coming off of a Devontae Adams. I think again they're gonna figure something out. That man was pretty much
before anything.
What?
They're gonna franchise him before anything.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's hitting the market. You talk about the best, you know, route runner in the game, period, right now. Like they're not gonna let him. He is the Green Bay offense. You know, next thing to Aaron Rodgers, and he might be going. So unless they're just ready to tank out the season, they're gonna find a way to keep Devontae Adams. So I mean, and if there's gonna be a ransom for him if you do want him, put it like that.
He said he would go to the Raiders.
I'm not even opposed to go get Marvin Jones Jr. for real. Marvin Jones Jr. is a solid receiver, man. Solid number one.
I feel like we need
Catch
like a
everything.
stud. We don't need more solids, could be good type receivers. You know, remember, look at the Golden Tate experience. You know, the Steve Smith experience. Like we got some of these guys that were just good receivers. I want a stud, like a guy that you could hang your hat on. Like
they don't just grow on trees, though, Bird Gang.
Yeah, there's enough of them in the league, though.
They don't just grow on trees, bro.
If you want to go like talent wise, like you said,
well, they grow everywhere but here, though. It seems like, right? Like I don't know what. Like I mean,
but Philadelphia, what's wrong with our soil?
God dang. We don't produce
the
no
best two
receivers
homegrown
here.
receivers we had recently was Macklin and Deshaun. So
that was the only one.
And they was already talented before they got here. So it's like we do a horrible job developing players. Like seriously. Like a horrible job.
The last time we had some good players was Deshaun.
What he talks about here, like that's a really good point. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't realize that Breeze, after he went over to the New Orleans, that's when he became that real Hall of Famer, like year 2, year 3. So I'm looking for Big Hurst to do big things. I like that, Hatter. I like that.
We better see it. We better see it. Another thing. Now, this is shocking. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not. But it was breaking news, y'all. And when I say this, I want the Philadelphia Eagles to listen to me when I say this before I report this. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not. If this is true, you got no excuse to not win this division or this conference. What I'm about to say, if you can't go high, your only competition in the NFC is the Rams, 49ers, we'll see about them, the Cardinals, and your division rival Dallas Cowboys. Because if this happens, Tom Brady potentially retiring, if that does happen, you have absolutely no excuse of not winning this conference, because the conference with this cupcake opponents notion is wide open. I'm sorry, but before we talk about the NFC, let me say Tom Brady, the GOAT. If you is retiring, I salute you. Thank you for a wonderful career. Thank you for helping us win a Super Bowl. Salute to Brandon Graham with the troll. Thank you for the 7 Super Bowls. But hey, don't let the door. Well, I'm not going to disrespect the GOAT, but thank you very much.
Don't let the door hit you with a good
To be honest, though, I was tired of Tom Brady 10 years ago, man.
Exactly. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
I was tired of him 10 years ago. I hope he do retire.
Deuces.
Exactly.
It's time for him to hang it up. And I don't blame the man, because at this point, again, I mean, everything else is going to possibly be like a stain on his legacy. So we know that the Bucs is about to go through a whole rehaul of players and all of that. Tom Brady ain't playing around with that. Go and hang it up. You are already the GOAT. You know, hey, go and go out there. I mean, sorry. Hey, look, he got his Super Bowl in Tampa, but he remembered that last team to drop him off in the Super Bowl, though. So don't forget that, Brady. Take that with you in retirement too, brother.
1-3
So you
against the
already-
NFC East. 1-3
Exactly.
in the Super Bowl against the NFC East.
Yep.
And they call us
That's
the
the
worst
situation
division
too.
in
You gotta look
football.
at too. If he does
For
go,
real.
Tampa Bay's gonna be trash again. You know what I'm
Which
saying?
and that
Like,
leads to my point, Bert. That leads to my point. The NFC will be wide open. So I ask you guys, with Tom Brady being out, potentially retired, and the Buccaneers going to go down here, because think about this: the Buccaneers going to need a quarterback now. More if that's this true. Saints rebuilding, Falcons rebuilding, Panthers rebuilding, Vikings rebuilding. Aaron Rodgers might stay. Who knows? We'll see. The Vikings, the Lions, the Bears are rebuilding outside of the NFC West because we'll see about the 49ers, but you got the Rams and the Cardinals. Seattle, we'll see about Russell Wilson. And then, of course, there's our division, y'all. Come on, look. If you cannot, if you cannot beat the New York Giants, if you cannot beat the Washington football team, and if you can't beat the Dallas Cowboys, which you better do, like I said, Notion, something has to change. So with the NFC potentially being wide open, what does this mean for the Birds?
I mean, again, like it's a winnable situation. We got a lot of teams that look like we faced this year that, I mean, we should take advantage of. But again, look, I don't know what this team is going to come out here with, honestly, on defense. Again, that was my biggest question mark last year. I was not the biggest fan of Jonathan Gannon. You know, honestly, I was hoping he got a promotion somewhere, you know, but at the end of the day, he's probably going to be back on this team. And we got to trust and hope that hopefully, you know, if we get him the tools that he needs in his defense, he can run it successfully. But a lot of the stuff I saw this year, look, I don't know if that was a scheme. You know, we out there playing soft coverage. Ain't no way to be physical if you out there playing soft zone scheme all day. So, again, I just don't like the scheme that we're playing. But at the same time, look, we got to see how, you know, how all this stuff is put together, honestly. So, look, we should win these games. I'm not going to come out here right now because I got to see what we do in this draft. I got to see what we do with this free agency before I say we just, you know, running through all these teams because we were supposed to do some of that this year. And, again, we just were clueless in some of the beginning portion of this. And, again, we gotta give these coaches time to learn and grow. So, again, starting this coming year, all that learning curve crap should be out the window, especially if we're coming in with the same coaching unit. So my expectations are definitely going to raise for this team. So, yeah, we should do a lot better, but we kind of on the early head start with this rebuild plan. So that's one of the directions I like with this team. So, hey, the division, the conference, it's a possibility this year, but it all depends on what we do come this draft and this free agency. So,
yep. Trey, before you say what you guys say, I know what you're going to say. Any given Sunday. So go ahead.
No, I was going to say, man, on some real, every season, the NFC wide open. So it's like, I mean, we can say this person left, but at the end of the day, we still got to beat who on our schedule.
Yep.
And who knows? Maybe we beat them, maybe we don't, but it start right here. This is where it started. I mean, the off season. This is the most important part of the season, the NFL season, the off season, the moves you make, the coaches you bring in, the way the players working on their body, working on their game. This the most important part of the season. Football is football at the end of the day. You either gonna win or you gonna lose. But this the most important part right here. This the part where we start to get on Howie Roseman. This the Howie Roseman partake right here. Now, I mean, you can rest on your laurels from last year. I mean, you did bring in some good players. I mean, you set us up good this year. We couldn't take it home. But now, bro, it's all the pressure on you again, Howie. All the pressure is on you. I mean, this is where you make your money at. So, I mean, I'm not even too worried about the actual schedule, the season right now. This is a whole nother season right here. I want to see what go on this season, this off season right here.
Yep. That's for me too. Before I toss to the Bird game, man. Everybody after Super Bowl 56, everybody in the NFC and then NFC, AFC, NFC, 0-0. 0-0. Simple as that. Everybody is 0-0 after Super Bowl 56. 0-0. Everybody's going to step up in free agency. Well, some of them, because other people, the Cowboys, is over the cap. So everybody's going to be stepping up in free agency in the draft. Howie, it's on you. You got to step it up this offseason. You got draft, defense. You got free agency. Rhaegar got to go. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside got to go. Andre Dillard, maybe you'll stay, maybe you go, but I don't know. Derek Barnett, don't let the door hit your penalty butt on the way out. You got to step it up. Free agency. I don't care if it's Calvin Ridley. I don't care if it's DK Metcalf. Well, that ain't going to happen. I don't care if it's Devontae Adams. I don't care. Give Jalen Hurts some pieces so he can succeed. Because I don't want to come back here next year and talk about quarterbacks. I really don't. I already got a Bryce Young intro on the way. I don't want to use it. So Jalen Hurts got to step up. Howie, this is your big draft. This is your big free agency. You got to step it up in the worst way. If you're staying, I don't know if you got a contract extension or not, but this is your biggest draft in offseason yet. Because like I said, at the end of my video, Notion, Bird Game Trey, if you can't win this bad division and win this conference, something got to change. Simple as that. Go ahead, Bird Game.
Yeah, you said it, man. It starts with the conference, the division, man. You know, we swept the Washington football team. We got swept by the Cowgirls, and then we split with the Giants. Like, next year, you got to work on that first. You know,
Yeah.
Work on sweeping the Giants. Work on sweeping all these guys. And I would like to see Dallas get swept or at least split next year. So
That's what I want.
Your team first. But like I said, if we go and get the defense that we need, man, like I said, the defensive players that we need on this team, mostly linebackers and safeties, like we can nail this defensive draft here the right way, man. Our team's gonna be a lot better. And I'd say, like you said, like it's wide open every year for every team. You know, no one thought, you know, the Bengals be in a Super Bowl right now. No one thought the Niners were going to be in a Super Bowl after a rough start. You know, there's a lot of teams that, you know, all the teams you thought were going to be there, they're sitting at home with us. So, you know, obviously it takes a little luck. It takes a little bit of skill. But it's really just the talented teams win. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the Bengals, at the end of the day, the Rams were a way more talented team than the Niners. They might have beat them 6 times in a row, but when it came crunch time in the playoffs, you know, that better team's going to win. That's probably why the Bucks took a seat early. You know what I'm saying? We don't have Godwin no more. You don't got AB no more. You know what I'm saying? You got some other players hurt. It's like you're going into there not at full strength, and you're going to have a hard time winning those games, even though they put on a good show at the end of the game there. So it's just like, you know, we just got to beef up our team with talent, like true talent that's ready to roll right now, not talent that we're going to have to wait 2-3 years from now, because you never know what your team looks like 2 or 3 years later. You know what I'm saying? By the time these guys do develop. So we got enough young guys in there. Just go get some hungry dogs that want to fight.
Exactly. Because like I said, your playoff window, it can only open so much. Now, you got lucky because of the 7th seed. Let's be real. If it wasn't for that 7th seed, the NFL feeling sorry for every other people that didn't make the playoffs. If it wasn't for that, you wouldn't even be in the playoffs. So be thankful the NFL felt sorry for the other teams that they can't make it. You won't be so lucky this year because there are teams that wants this conference. Simple as that. Go ahead, Notion.
Oh, no, I was going to say another thing is, I mean, like, honestly, next year's a big evaluation year. Like, everybody said it. Like, Howie Roseman, this draft is going to be truly evaluated. We got 3 first-round picks. He's going to be evaluated this year. Jalen Hurts, our quarterback. I mean, next year, we ain't going to be singing this same song if this goes in the wrong direction. Oh, we probably going to be hitting the draft looking for some kind of quarterback or something to try to, again, I want to win. I don't care if it looks ugly. Y'all will hear me up here speaking my mind on things. But again, I don't foresee it to go that way. I believe Jalen Hurts has the tools. Again, it's going to take Howie Roseman to put those pieces around him. So again, yes, this is a humongous draft. And if Howie fails, Jalen may possibly fail. This organization will look like a failure. So I I can't agree nonetheless. This is a humongous draft for this team this year on an evaluation type of a year.
And to be honest, we set up in like the perfect situation right now. Like we got a young quarterback. We not paying him much. You could go out and spend how much money the hell you want to spend to make this team better. So, I mean, if we try to play it safe, I don't know. But man, listen, like y'all said, like y'all just sat here and said, the NFC is wide open. Why not go after it? Why not go after it? I mean,
Exactly.
bring in who you can bring in.
Try.
You could get an Odell here. I'll bring an Odell in. I mean,
Hell
even
yeah.
if he a 1 year rental, I don't care. I'll bring him in.
Facts.
I mean, you got to go for it now, especially if Tom Brady is like really retiring. You got to go for it now.
We played it safe for so many
What
years.
we do in 17 though? In 17,
he went
all in.
went all in. Even before the trade deadline, bringing in the Jay Ajayi and stuff like that, we went all in. We was trying to win.
J-Train.
That's what I want to see. I want to see Howie Roseman stop being so comfortable. That's what he is. He comfortable. He comfortable. He can make these decisions and know he's not going nowhere. Put some pressure on this dude. I guarantee you, because that 16 season, all the pressure was on Howie Roseman.
Yes, it was.
He was sweating. I bet you he was staying up late nights, everything. So put that pressure back on him. I mean, they fell back after the Super Bowl. No, we still want to win. We need more of them Jones.
Exactly.
I mean, we need more of them Jones. So, I mean, like, I'm going all in this offseason, to be honest, if it's me. We going all in to win. Look at the St. Louis Rams. If they win this game, bro, they front office, coach, they going down in history. Like, history. They don't got a first-round draft pick for the next 5 years.
Nope.
But they got that chip. They sold it for the chip.
They sold
their money for the chip. Tell them, Trey.
Yo, scared money don't make no money, man.
Right.
Let's get it.
Right.
Narrative on Howie Roseman can change this offseason. He set this up so he can keep his job. For real. He lined up these picks future-wise, so he know that he'll be the ones being able to draft these picks. You know what I'm saying? You get the assets, you build up all these assets and get them sitting there looking pretty. It's like, how you going to fire me before I even get to use all the things I build up for? So this is going to be a crucial offseason for Howie. You know, I think he can really change the narrative on his spin on his whole name right now. You know, Howie go out there, nails free agency, nails this draft. It's a wrap. You won't be able to say nothing about Howie no more. You know what I'm saying? You're going to say he's a good GM like he did before. So I think Howie got to really think about this, what he does, and like, don't make it too complicated. Keep it simple. Go get the ballers that can ball. You know, don't worry about all these logistics. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about what the logistics say about players, and go get the player that you watch on TV make big plays and go bring them to the team.
Exactly. And before we get to the last topic, remember this. Howie Roseman, you drafted Jalen Hurts. You and Nick Sirianni sat there at the press conference and said, we're building around Jalen Hurts. We're not getting Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson, even though they got no trade clause. We're not getting Aaron Rodgers. We're not drafted. Gardner Minshew can sit your butt on the bench or leave. You said it's Jalen Hurts season. That's what you said. Prove it. Because if Jalen Hurts fails, you fail. And both of y'all will be gone next year. Sorry, it is what it is. This is Howie Roseman and Jalen Hurts. This is their season next season. If neither of them win, they both fail. Simple as that. New GM, new quarterback. It is what it is if neither of them succeed. That's just my opinion on it. Now,
so that's a good question. Let me ask you that question real quick then. Is it playoffs? Is it playoffs or I guess bust next year? I mean, like what's the expectation? Is it we have to make the playoffs?
Facts.
Yes.
That's where I'm at also. All right. I'm just making. Where you at, Rob? Playoffs?
Go ahead, Rob. I'll answer those questions in a bit. Go ahead, Rob.
We got you.
Anything below that's a failure.
And them did it their first year. Now we don't expect nothing less from y'all. Nothing less from y'all.
Should have not went to the playoffs this year, and then
should have went. Now y'all got all these expectations now. That's on y'all.
In the playoffs every single year, like we were before. You know
this
what?
Opponents.
5 out of the last 6. We're gonna make it 7.
Yeah, these opponents.
I agree. That's the bar. That's the bar right there.
these opponents right here tells me you got no choice but to make the playoffs. The conference being soft as it is, the NFC East only being the Dallas Cowboys tells me you got no choice but to win this conference. Because if Howie Roseman don't hit on the draft, if Jalen Hurts ain't the guy me and Bergen expects him to be, things gonna change. If Jeffrey Lurie ain't waiting, he's getting at the age like a certain billion-dollar owner down in Dallas. He's getting at the age where he wants to hold another trophy now. Come on now. If he don't think for 1 second things ain't gonna roll. He's gonna kick Howie Roseman out. And remember this. Howie Roseman drafted Jalen Hurts. So if Jalen Hurts don't pan out, neither him or Howie will be on the roster next year. They won't. Y'all can sit there and say, oh, Jalen Hurts will be back. He got 1 year deal. Okay. Joe Burrow is going to the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes is the best staying quarterback in the league. Josh Allen is a beast. Don't get me started with Justin Herbert. You got nobody in your conference.
Did you see those stats we put? What was it? Matt Havertz put up the Josh Allen comparison to Jalen Hurts stats.
Yeah, I saw it.
Season they right on par.
Well, you better step. Yeah, well, Josh Allen just went to the divisional round. Jalen Hurts sitting on the couch. I need more. You know that, Bergen. I need more. He's sitting on the couch.
Okay, Josh Allen's got some ballers over there in his receiving core.
Well, Howie Roseman better get to work. Howie Roseman got to get to work. Because look at Josh Allen's general manager. Stephon Diggs? The Cole Beasley?
I mean, but having ballers on your team mean nothing if you can't get the football to them. You get me? So, we had to work on that.
I think we already see that he can.
Well, I didn't see it. I mean, game. You can't say weak because I didn't see it.
Your first 2 drives and your receivers are dropping balls, not running good routes.
Rhaegar was dropping balls. Devontae Smith was open though.
Smith, Quest,
honestly, I mean, it was a mixed bag of everything. We saw, like you said, we saw wide receivers dropping stuff. Again, we saw things Jalen Hurts needs to clean up on. Like,
yes, he did.
Through his progressions and his reads, it was trash bag last year.
So let me ask y'all this though: how many of these dog wide receivers y'all keep talking about? Y'all think banging the table to play with Jalen Hurts?
All of them.
Keep all of them? All right, go ahead, move on. We're going to move on.
I don't know, because OBJ played with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
And look how he turned out.
That wasn't, but Baker, he got traded there, though. OBJ going to be a free agent this year. You think he you want to play with Jalen Hurts or Justin Herbert? Jalen Hurts?
It's not even a question. Why even have that question? You already know. You already know who he's picking. Do I want to go?
If they bring in enough talent, but again, I see what you're saying, Trey. Some of this stuff, like we got to have a convincing quarterback to even play around. So we got to get some talent up in here. But again, I mean, looking at all this, Jalen was doing this off a patchwork, gang. Like all of our receivers were rookies, pretty much.
First 6 games were garbage calls, like play coaching. You know what I'm saying? We were not.
We can say that, but we can say that though.
Legit.
But listen, we can. I understand what y'all saying. We can say that, but keep it 100. How many people y'all think banging the table to play with Jalen Hurts? Keep it honest.
I'll tell you what.
Eagles fans.
If I'm gonna keep it in with you, I'll say that it's definitely in everybody, bro. Let's go and keep it up here right now.
And then they free agents. It ain't like we talking about trades and stuff like that because you got no choice once you get traded. But a free agent, you can go anywhere you want, anywhere.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers.
He can go anywhere.
You go anywhere you want.
Quarterback. Why wouldn't you want to go there?
You think Odell want to play with Baker Mayfield
realistic,
again?
you see the talent that he had around him and realize you can improve that talent.
But they not thinking like that though. Bergen, they trying to win chips.
Yeah, to be honest with you, OBJ.
Some of these wide receivers want targets too, right? They want to be force fed.
OBJ. Think about, hold on, no, because OBJ, because Trey right with this. OBJ gonna be like, where's my target? Where's my target, Nick Sirianni?
Him and Mayfield.
Where's my target? Devontae
Exactly.
Adams,
He
where's
don't
the
get the
target?
ball. You just gotta catch it.
Antonio Brown, he wants his targets. Listen,
Oh,
all
and
I'm saying is
Antonio
this.
Brown. Don't go
Oh yeah,
ahead.
no, he better not come over on the team. But again, you get certain wide receivers that they demand the ball. Pass me the ball. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, Jalen Hurts, he has accuracy issues. This year, oh yeah, he ain't got nobody banging on the table, to be like, oh yeah, I want him passing me the ball. Because
Ain't
the majority
nobody.
of the
I'm
time
sorry, Bergen.
that
Ain't
Jalen
nobody.
I think you
was
got the wrong
successful at was
avatar.
running the ball last
Play
year.
with
So
receivers.
yeah, until he works on that, I mean, ain't nobody just gonna be banging the table as no wide receiver. But again, as a leader, as him actually making the Pro Bowl, I believe that there's some people that'll be like, you know what? If you put some pieces around this quarterback, he might be some, but he still definitely got some developing to do. So I see where you come in, Trey Rock. Yeah, ain't a whole lot of people banging on the table to be like, I want Jalen throwing me the ball right now.
Right,
Because
yeah.
honestly, he didn't throw to win a game too much of nothing last year, to be honest. He got it done by willing his way to wins, but it wasn't definitely just by his accuracy in throwing. So I'm gonna keep it a beam there too.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to be negative. I'm just saying, I'm speaking like just football wise. Because if I got the option, I'm not coming to the Eagles. I'm not coming to the Eagles. I'm going somewhere where I'm gonna get 100 targets.
Justin
My
Herbert,
quarterback not going
Patrick
to be
Mahomes,
Where you
keeping
gonna
the
get that
football
at?
running all the time.
All the elite quarterbacks
Joe
got
Burrow.
3-4 targets already. Like they already got that many weapons. They're not gonna be looking for receivers.
But they
But
can
remember
always
this,
add to
y'all.
that,
Hey,
though.
real quick, address this quick question because this is all right. Phil Geiser says, I don't think you can teach accuracy. You either have to have it or you don't. Do y'all think that's accurate?
I agree. You can't teach
My
accuracy.
standard. Hold on, Trey. My
You can
standard for
scheme
Jalen.
accuracy, like you can scheme better plays. Like I said, and that was the biggest thing that happened with Drew Brees' career. He left San Diego. He went to Peyton over there in New Orleans. He schemed up. He's a genius. He's an offensive genius. He schemed up plays for him. They said Drew Brees had a weak arm, but you seen him throwing bombs. There's ways you can scheme guys open.
But they didn't. It's different in San Diego. They didn't want Drew Brees. It's different. They didn't want him. We want Hurts. But who's really dying to come over here and play with Jalen Hurts? Maybe Calvin Ridley because he played with him in college. But other than that, I mean,
we don't know that. We can't say that for sure.
bro, I promise you.
don't know
promise
If I'm OBJ right now, if I'm OBJ right now, hold on. If I'm OBJ right now, and I have to.
Hurts, no, nigga, I ain't trying to play with him. No, we
No,
ain't
seriously, Bergman. If I'm OBJ,
he's a
if I'm
young,
OBJ,
up-and-coming quarterback that needs some more weapons. So why not be part of that?
I'm saying right now, Devontae Adams, you pay that man the right money, he's gonna come over here and play with Jalen Hurts. It's gonna take the right amount of money. And
it's not.
I mean,
not
only going to get on the table. Now you put a bag in front of him, they're gonna be here.
$40 million a year to come over here and play with Jalen Hurts.
So you mean to tell me if Jalen Hurts, if we didn't figure out a way to land Devontae Smith, beef up our defense, get Chandler Jones or somebody like that up in here, pay them the bag, guarantee you're gonna start seeing some people saying, oh, the Eagles trying to do something. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to go play out here. I mean, Jalen Hurts, he got again, I think it's going to start with building this thing. Right now, we have garbage as far as, trying to bring players up in here. So it's all about marketing, honestly. And some of this stuff is going to take money because, yeah, Odell may not be banging to come on the table here either. But again, you put the right amount of money in front of him, he'll come here and other people will see that and say, okay, the Eagles look like they might be trying to do something.
Well, Howie Roseman got to step up his game then because you got to step up your defense. You got to step up your wide receivers because that's the only way you getting them people coming. Trust and believe. But last thing before we wrap up the show, guys, listen, again, new time, 7 o'clock, dot, be here. We're going to have a call-in show. We're going to have lots to talk about. If you're a part of Notion Gang and you want to be a part of the live stream with us, we'll send you guys the link. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Warming Up, though, is back. He defeated Philly Potion, and he's back. So if you want to hang out with him and the rest of us, we'll send you guys the link next week. Finally, let's talk about our boy Brandon Brooks. He's retiring. He's gone. We're going to miss him. I thank you for the Super Bowl, man. I thank you for blocking our quarterbacks, even though some of them was good. One has a Super Bowl, another one was a crybaby, another one got a lot of work to do. But other than that, I thank you for your Super Bowl. I thank you for being tough, feeling strong, and everything like that, man. I'm gonna miss Brooks. I'm sorry. So finally, before we wrap up, everybody, give me your favorite moment of Brandon Brooks, and what's your thoughts of him leaving? No, gang.
Man, my favorite just moments of Brandon Brooks. I mean,
Yeah.
It's got to be. I'd say definitely probably during just our. Honestly, I'd probably just say just his mental toughness. Because honestly, look, Brandon Brooks has been publicly, about different challenges that he's had. Just publicly coming up, saying he's been battling, things like depression, things like that. And for him to still come out, just with the grit he has every day, just to put it all out there. I know he's been battling after injury and injury. Look, this man, when he is healthy, is a top, one of the top in the league at his position. So, look, we wouldn't have got a chip without the man. I'm not even going to sit here and act like Brandon Brooks, won't be missed on this team. But we know what time it is. Eventually, hey, look, he didn't finish out. I don't know how many games he played last year for us, but how many games did he play? Did he play the one game? Was it two?
He ain't been healthy in like 3 years.
Again, we knew what time it was, but just I wouldn't say I got like an overall just memorable moment because I didn't see. The way this man pushes players back, it's in its element of its own. So again, salute to Brandon Brooks, man. I wish him well on his retirement journey. Also, again, when he's healthy, that's one of the best at his position. I don't honestly know if we're gonna say Hall of Fame yet, but hey, look, he would get my vote of confidence, something in the Eagles realm, because again, he was a special player here. But if we're talking Hall of Fame, I'd like to get y'all's fellas thoughts on that. And y'all just know the chat also is Brandon Brooks. Hey, on his retirement, are we talking Hall of Fame? Y'all let me know below also.
Trey, answer the question. Talk about your favorite moment.
I like them.
If he's retiring,
yeah, he's
talking about NFL Hall of Fame or Eagles Hall of Fame? Because NFL Hall of Fame, that's going to be a reach. He only played 9 seasons, and he missed about 3 of them. So, it's going to be hard for him to
6 dominating seasons.
Yeah,
domination when he played.
But it's still dudes out here that dominated for way longer than that that's not in the Hall of Fame. So, I put him in the Eagles Hall of Fame for sure because he helped us get the ring and stuff like that. But NFL Hall of Fame, that's a reach. But my thoughts on Brandon Brooks is this dude was a Viking. He was a Viking, man. He battled stuff that was way deeper than the game. So, and then he was tough enough to come out to the public with it. I watched a little short video on him and stuff talking about it. I'm like, I appreciate you, Doug, because they expect these big guys to be different, but they not. It's like they go through the same stuff anybody else go through. So shout out to Brandon Brooks for being a leader on the field, off the field. Controlling our offensive line for the years he did. Him and Lane was a dominant pairing over there on that left side. So, it's unfortunate the injuries kicked his butt like that, man, and it was time for him to go. I believe it was time for him to go last year. But, it is what it is. He thugged it out for the most part, and, it's a big salute to him. He helped us get that Super Bowl. So that's all I really can say about Brandon Brooks, man. I appreciate you, big dog.
Yep, for me, before we handed the Bird game, to Nose's question, Eagles Hall of Fame, yes. Hall of Fame, like Trigger said, it might be a reach, but you never know. Again, any given Sunday, even in the Hall of Fame. But for me, it's Eagles Hall of Fame because there's a reason Notion Gang got a ring on his finger. There's a reason you got that Lambo check in the background. Brandon Brooks helped us out with that. So for me, yeah, Brandon Brooks got to be in the Hall of Fame. The Eagles Hall of Fame. That's for me. And I thank you for everything you did. You and Lane. I'm serious. I'm getting emotional talking about this. Go ahead, Bergang. Dang.
Yeah, man. You guys said it.
Man, wait till
That guy's
Kelsey hang it
amazing,
up.
man. He's
Oh
like I
my
said,
God.
when he
Kelsey first
played,
ballot though.
that's
Yeah.
that when he played and he was healthy, he was the best guard we probably ever had on our football team. You know what I'm saying? Hands down. I only can think of a couple of really good guards that I could put in this category, but none. I think he might be the best guard out of all of them, man. Straight up, just like Kel's the best center, but that's it. Brandon Brooks, overcame a lot. I love the way he was just able to take these injuries that, the next person might have missed a half a season to come back. And he was there game one. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, maybe he rushed some of those injuries back. But just to be that kind of a specimen, to even take the kind of dedication to be hungry enough to want to be back on a football team, want to be back with your brothers out there in the grind, holding it down, man. You got to give nothing but respect for that guy. In terms of missing them, I've been missing Brandon Brooks for 3 years now. Like, he hadn't played for us. So it's like, I was praying that he could make it back to playoffs, and come do something. But, yeah, man, shout out to him. Like you said, definitely Eagles Hall of Fame, I think it's a possibility. I see 3 Pro Bowls. I'm not sure how many All-Pros did he get in those 6. If you add a couple of those up, like you said, there's a lot of people that's done it for a lot longer that might get ahead. So he might not be like a first ballot or something. Maybe, down the line, they might let him go in there. Who knows, but definitely Eagles Hall of Famer.
Yep. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, listen. Next week, 7 o'clock on the dot, we'll all be in our home man caves. Trust and believe. We'll have microphone fixed. We'll tell our boss, hey, go Birds. Everything will be done at I know. Everything will be done at 7 o'clock, trust me. And it's all because of your boy, Mizzy Miz Kukat County YouTube representing the Birds. It's all because of the owner of the network, Bird Game 31, the hardest man in America. Salute to Trigger for sticking with us at work. Notion Gang, welcome back. Thanks for beating Philly Potion. He'll probably be back. But until next time, Notion Gang, send us home, man.
Hey, y'all already know. Hey, we gonna keep it rocking. Like my mans and my fellas were saying up here, this is an important time of the season. The season starts now. So we gonna keep giving it to y'all, gang. We gonna start this thing rocking next week. So, hey, y'all have a safe and fantastic Eagles Day. Again, if y'all new to any of the channels, hey, check the descriptions below and go hit that subscribe. Because y'all know how we rocking. Fly Eagles, fly, gang. And until next time, y'all know what it is. Go keep it.
Welcome back, Notion Gang.